In a move that could redefine the region, China is embarking on an ambitious $8 billion railway project, aiming to connect its extensive rail network directly with Nepal. This isn't just another infrastructure project, it's a vision that could alter the very landscape of South Asian connectivity and cooperation. The railway will cut through some of the world's most challenging terrain, stretching from the Tibetan Plateau all the way to Kathmandu. Engineers and workers are battling extreme altitudes, unpredictable weather, and rugged geology to make this vision a reality, showcasing human ingenuity and perseverance. As a flagship project under China's Belt and Road Initiative, this railway is about much more than steel and tracks. It represents a bold strategy to reshape South Asia's trade corridors, potentially shifting the balance of economic power and influence in the region. The stakes are high, and the ambitions even higher. By creating a direct rail link that bypasses India, China is positioning itself to deepen economic ties with Nepal, offering an alternative trade route and strengthening its foothold in South Asia. This move could reduce Nepal's reliance on its southern neighbor and open up new opportunities for commerce and cooperation. For Nepal, the railway holds the promise of a transformative leap forward. Improved connectivity could boost trade, attract more tourists, and stimulate economic growth in ways previously unimaginable. Remote regions may finally gain access to new markets, and local businesses could thrive with better links to China and beyond. However, this ambitious undertaking also brings complex questions. How will the shifting geopolitical landscape affect Nepal's sovereignty and its relationships with neighboring countries? As Nepal steps into a new era, its role in the region is being redefined and the world is watching closely. Building a railway through such unforgiving terrain is a monumental challenge, demanding not only cutting-edge technology but also unwavering determination and international collaboration. Every tunnel and bridge stands as a testament to what can be achieved when nations work together toward a common goal. The global community is paying close attention, with many experts calling this railway a potential game-changer for Nepal's economy and its standing in South Asia. The project could set a precedent for future cross-border collaborations and inspire other nations to pursue similar transformative ventures. Yet, as Nepal looks to the future, one pressing question remains: what will this new railway mean for its long-standing ties with India? Will it spark healthy competition, foster new partnerships, or create fresh tensions? Only time will tell how this bold project will reshape Nepal's destiny and its place in the region. For decades, Nepal has depended on India for trade and transit, with most goods passing through Indian territory. This reliance has left Nepal vulnerable to economic and political pressures, as seen during the 2015 blockade. The new railway offers Nepal a chance to diversify its trade routes and reduce its dependence on India. By connecting directly to China, Nepal gains leverage to negotiate better terms with both neighbors. This shift could foster a more balanced and resilient economy, giving Nepal greater control over its policies. But building a railway through the Himalayas is no ordinary feat. China's investment in the Himalayan railway is as much about strategy as economics. The project faces daunting engineering challenges, steep mountains, deep valleys, and seismic risks. Chinese engineers are deploying advanced technology to carve a path through some of the world's toughest terrain. For China, this is a chance to showcase its infrastructure prowess and expand its influence in South Asia. The railway will boost trade and tourism, but also serves as a strategic counterbalance to India's dominance. It's a bold statement of China's long-term vision for regional integration. But what ripple effects will this have inside Nepal? The railway could unlock new markets for Nepalese goods and lower transport costs, making exports more competitive. Politically, Nepal may gain leverage to balance its relationships with both China and India. The project signals a move toward greater economic independence and diversified partnerships. However, Nepal must carefully navigate its ties with two powerful neighbors to protect its sovereignty. Strategic planning and diplomacy will be key to maximizing benefits and minimizing risks. The railway's success depends on Nepal's ability to manage these complex dynamics. Meanwhile, India is watching closely. India views China's ambitious railway project with a sense of cautious scrutiny, recognizing that this development could significantly alter the strategic landscape of South Asia. Indian policymakers are acutely aware that the stakes are high, as the project not only promises to boost connectivity for Nepal, but also signals a potential shift in regional alliances and influence. India has long considered Nepal within its traditional sphere of influence, sharing deep historical, cultural, and economic ties. Now, with China's growing involvement, Indian officials are increasingly vigilant, knowing that their long-standing relationship with Nepal could be challenged. To counter China's expanding presence, India is expected to ramp up its own infrastructure investments in Nepal, accelerating projects that have been in the pipeline and proposing new ones. At the same time, Indian diplomats are working to strengthen bilateral ties, emphasizing shared values and mutual interests. Expect India to focus on collaboration through educational exchanges, cultural programs, and people-to-people initiatives. These efforts aim to reinforce the deep-rooted connections between the two nations, while also pursuing mutually beneficial agreements in trade, energy, and technology. However, India must tread carefully. There is a delicate balance to maintain. India wants to remain a key partner for Nepal, but must avoid appearing overbearing or dismissive of Nepal's aspirations for greater autonomy and diversified partnerships. Nepal, after all, values its sovereignty and the ability to make independent choices. The country's leaders and citizens are increasingly vocal about their desire for new options and a more balanced foreign policy. The evolving relationship between India and Nepal will require New Delhi to adapt its approach, showing flexibility and a willingness to listen. India's success will depend on its ability to engage Nepal as an equal partner, respecting its unique identity and ambitions. By fostering genuine partnership and trust, India can ensure that its ties with Nepal remain strong, even as new players enter the scene. This approach will be crucial in maintaining regional stability and cooperation. Ultimately, how India responds to these shifting dynamics could shape not just its own relationship with Nepal, but the broader balance of power in the region for years to come. But amidst these high-level strategies and diplomatic maneuvers, what do ordinary Nepalese think about all this? Their voices and perspectives will play a vital role in determining the future direction of Nepal's foreign relations. For many ordinary Nepalese, the prospect of a new railway running through their country sparks a complex mix of emotions, ranging from hope and excitement to uncertainty and concern. In the bustling towns and quiet villages alike, conversations about the railway are everywhere. People gather in tea shops, at local markets, and even along the construction sites, sharing their thoughts and dreams about what this massive project could mean for their lives and for the nation as a whole. There's a palpable sense of excitement, especially among the youth and working class. Many see the railway as a gateway to new jobs, improved infrastructure, and better access to goods and services that were once difficult to obtain. The hope is that the railway will not only make travel easier, but also bring in fresh opportunities for education, healthcare, and business. Local markets are already buzzing with anticipation, as traders and shopkeepers imagine a future where their products can reach distant towns and even cross borders with ease. For small business owners and entrepreneurs, the railway represents a chance to expand their reach. Many are optimistic about tapping into the vast Chinese market, forging new partnerships, and boosting local industries. They envision a Nepal that is more connected, more prosperous, and better able to compete on a regional scale. Yet, beneath the optimism, there are also deep-seated concerns. Some worry that Nepal could become too dependent on China, echoing past experiences with India where economic reliance led to political and social challenges. Elders recall times when foreign influence shaped Nepal's destiny, and they caution against repeating those patterns. There's a growing anxiety about being caught between two powerful neighbors, China and India, and the potential impact on Nepal's sovereignty and national identity. Many Nepalese are wary of losing control over their own affairs, fearing that increased foreign involvement could erode their independence. Environmental and cultural preservation is another major concern. The railway's path cuts through fragile Himalayan landscapes and areas rich in cultural heritage. Activists and community leaders are calling for careful planning and strict regulations to ensure that Nepal's unique environment and traditions are not sacrificed in the name of progress. For many, the railway project is seen as a double-edged sword, offering the promise of opportunity and growth, but also carrying significant risks. The challenge lies in finding a balance between embracing change and protecting what makes Nepal special. In the end, the voices of ordinary Nepalese, villagers, workers, business owners, students, and elders will be crucial in shaping how the country manages this transformation. Their hopes, fears, and aspirations must be heard and considered at every step of the journey. As the sun rises over Kathmandu and the railway stretches into the horizon, one question remains. What does the future hold for Nepal? Only time, and the collective will of its people, will tell. The railway could redefine Nepal's economic landscape, integrating it more deeply into regional trade networks. Improved connectivity may spur growth, attract investment, and develop remote regions. Politically, Nepal could adopt a more balanced foreign policy, leveraging its strategic location. Socially, better infrastructure could improve access to education, healthcare, and services, especially in rural areas. Success depends on effective governance, strategic planning, and strong partnerships with both China and India. If managed well, the railway could be a catalyst for Nepal's transformation into a resilient, prosperous nation. But the challenges are real, and the stakes are high. The project's impact will ripple far beyond Nepal's borders. The railway could reshape South Asia's geopolitical landscape, prompting countries to reassess alliances and strategies. China's growing presence may spark both competition and collaboration across the region. The project could inspire similar infrastructure initiatives, boosting connectivity and economic integration. India faces pressure to invest in its own networks and strengthen regional partnerships. The outcome will depend on careful diplomacy and shared interests. If managed wisely, the railway could foster a more interconnected and prosperous South Asia. But regional stability will require ongoing cooperation and trust. Ultimately, Nepal stands at a crossroads. China's railway project is a transformative step for Nepal, with the potential to boost trade, growth, and regional influence. It offers Nepal a chance to reduce dependence on India and pursue a more balanced foreign policy. But success will require careful management, strong governance, and respect for Nepal's sovereignty. The voices of ordinary Nepalese will shape the path forward. With strategic planning and wise partnerships, the railway could be the catalyst for a brighter, more connected future. Nepal's journey is just beginning.